We see you found your way here. Welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast, Being You by Mel G. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Being You by Mel G. I'm Mel.
And I'm G. We'll be featuring my friend Atlanta from Nigeria on this episode.
Hello, everyone. My name is Atlanta Ekpo. I'm from Nigeria and I'm G's friend. Hello.
We'll be covering what it's like to grow up in Nigeria and be comparing our experiences growing up in different environments, different cultural practices, and sharing stories.
Atlanta. So, are you currently in Nigeria right now?
Yes, I'm in Nigeria right now. I'm in Akwa Ibom State. It's in the south of Nigeria. It's a small population. A lot of people know each other. A lot of the big families know each other. It's cool. It's homely. The air is clean. It's fun out here.
Is it a small state where everyone knows everyone, like how Abuja is or how Lagos?
Well, more or less. I think it's more small in the way that the people here, they value community, especially the more prominent families. Most of the rich people know each other, and most of the average people know each other. Most of the poor people know each other, and then it mixes that way. The classy system is still strong here, but everyone mingles every now and then. So
Hmm.
yeah.
How would you describe your environment though? Like, is it super civilized like in some countries?
Well, considering the fact that Nigeria is considered a developing country, I would say the people here are mostly civilized, but they hold on to a lot of mostly backward mentality stuff, focusing on the wrong kind of priorities. Like they believe that you're likely to not succeed because of a bad haircut as opposed to being qualified. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very uptight way of thinking, actually. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to pitch in that they can be very judgmental. Like, when they have this picture perfect idea, the way someone should carry themselves when they go outside, they judge you by how you dress, what you wear, what you drive, like, just
Yeah. The phone
on the
you
spot.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Oh, Atlanta, in like all of Nigeria, does everybody speak pidgin? Or is that like for somebody like me who's not very educated in things like that? Um, how could you describe pidgin to our listeners that don't know what pidgin is? And like, can you give an
Mm,
example? Probably if you want,
okay.
but you don't have to if you don't want to. I don't want to force you.
Sure, I'll try my best to put it out there.
All right.
So Pidgin English, because that's what it really is
Oh.
a way of speaking English. This is my understanding of it. Is a way of speaking that people picked up to try to emulate the white masters in using the language that they were able to communicate with them in. And over time, it's just evolved into our own way of speaking to each other either as a way to communicate more efficiently because Nigeria has so many languages from so many tribes and different dialects. So we all just unify with Pidgin. Now, even then, there are different dialects of Pidgin. There is the Lagos Pidgin, which is more colloquial and Yoruba influenced. There's the Wari Pidgin that is very deep and well creative.
Hmm.
And then there's the rest of the general Pidgin English that everyone can grasp at. But generally, by my observation, Pidgin English is made up of mostly slang words, interpretations of English language in ways that people can pronounce them since they don't have that natural English accent, as well as some pop culture references. Like in the last 5 to 6 years, people have started using words like Zuzu to represent someone jonesing for something or someone acting out.
Really?
Like, yeah. So pidgin English keeps evolving. For instance, I want to say something like, you don't de zuzu. Why you de zuzu like this? I could use that in any different form to express my concern over someone acting stupid or somebody reacting in a way that is unexpected from a certain situation. You
I
don't de
like that
mad,
part.
for instance, it's like saying you're acting crazy. You don't de mad, Abby. There are different ways of expressing these things. I'm not exactly the authority on pidgin because I speak very little of it most of the time
Hmm.
because of the people I have around me. But when the need arises, I can communicate efficiently with someone in pidgin.
You
So yeah.
know. I learned a new word from you today. Zuzu, and I'm gonna keep using that.
Oh gosh.
I hope you don't
Yes.
use it the wrong way.
Like after this recording, I'm just gonna hear Melissa like, so you done the Zuzu?
Oh, I can't.
That'll be interesting to see.
I can't. No, I think you know what? Never. You know what? Screw it. You know, just me saying yash and moi moi. Like I can't. I'm pretty sure all of the Nigerians that are probably going to listen to this are going to be like, this girl just can't. She should just stop. I'm sorry. I
Well, I
tried.
No,
mean,
I think most Nigerians you'd run into, they're always so excited to see either a fair per just not be Nigerian and speak Nigerian English. If you're especially if you're light skinned or yellow or something. I'm sorry, whatever Asian is listening to this, over from where I'm at, yellow is not a racist thing, so whatever. We generally don't look at social justice issues. If people have solved hunger, if people have time to worry about pointless things for the most part,
I know,
we
right?
are trying to live life, make money, and jand. Janding means leaving Nigeria to go into a foreign country to succeed or find a way to succeed or whatever people's interpretation of success is.
Is jand
So,
like a word that, you guys in Nigeria just kind of made, or is this really like a
yeah.
real word?
Okay, let me put it this way. Jand is both a noun and a verb.
Okay.
When you jand, you're leaving Nigeria to go abroad to either the US, the UK, anywhere
Mm-hmm.
that is off of the continent of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what it means to jand. Janding is the act of, well, janding.
Mm-hmm.
are you
So
serious?
this is
Mm-hmm.
very problematic with description. Even it's
Well,
getting better for me. I don't the zuzu. But
oh god.
I really like this word. I think I'm gonna use this
it's
word from
very
time to time.
universal.
Yo, Mel, even if you use the word Zuzu, it's probably only me that's gonna know what you're talking about.
Hey, I have
Yeah,
Atlanta
exactly. But
now,
there's a
right?
way. Yeah, but there's a
Oh,
way you can use it with someone and they actually get the point, right? Look at it this way. Like Mel maybe let's call Mel tipsy, right?
Oh,
And Mel is acting funny, and you'll be like, Mel, why you this Zuzu? Or you're describing Mel's situation to someone, and you're like, oh, after Mel had the drink, she come de Zuzu. You get that? Someone that has a brain can have an idea that, oh, Zuzuing is probably not such a good thing.
okay.
Yeah. So context matters.
well, in a real sense, in that kind of context, if you did ask me like, like Mel, what, why'd you, huh?
You know,
What?
you see, you can't even
Exactly.
replicate what you just said.
Well, I mean, because it's really fast. Hey, it takes a lot
Okay,
of practice
okay.
to learn
Just
another language. You done
hey
the
Mel,
Zuzu,
please.
something like that, right?
Oh, close
But you
enough.
just did it, bro. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily. That's the thing. It's just, I feel the problem with languages is when we get to a point where people want fluency to also mean inflections and accents. I don't think that's realistic for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I speak English with an accent right now because you guys can relate to me better from this kind of engagement. But
Specifically me.
yeah, specifically you.
I'm
But once I
sorry.
switch into the Nigerian way of speaking like this, it becomes either funny or attractive or intriguing. You're no longer listening to me communicating with you. What you are doing is listening to how differently I am talking to you. You know, the way I'm saying all these things, I'm dragging out all the T's and I'm speaking low-key British, but I'm actually sounding very African. And then I put things like, what are you doing? Bring the thing now. You know,
Oh
things like
god.
that. Those things become fascinating that communication is now a problem.
Although you think communication is such a problem, just me hearing like that native accent,
Yeah.
it
It's
just put a
exciting
smile
for me.
on my face because it's like,
Exactly.
whoa.
But
Yeah,
I don't think you're
Mel
exactly
gets
breaking
super
down the information.
excited. Like Mel gets super excited whenever someone's native accent comes out instead of just the regular English that they used to communicate with us. Like the moment the accent comes out, man, Mel's just
Man,
like, "Oh
she's interested then. Yeah. I can imagine.
my
So I should be talking like an African with you, Abby.
so this continues so that most people can actually pay attention to what we're saying.
Yeah, but I think I have an idea that
Or
most people will appreciate the switch ups, right?
yeah, I
At
mean
least
yeah,
if it's periodic. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I would
Well,
appreciate the switch ups. I mean, and
for the sake of Mel,
okay. Ah,
And for
dang it.
other people, oh, come on. For the sake of Mel and other people that would be very interested in how you sound like in your comfort zone and not just talking to us in straight up English with an accent, feel free
Yeah.
to switch it up a little.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, shameless plug. I have a podcast where I mostly do monologues. I'm trying to get more guest situations sorted out and situated, but I think I take on a very dark, gritty tone. So if you're down for that sort of thing, check out the counts on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So yay.
Yeah, check him out. I also got featured in one of his latest episodes on his
Oh yeah,
podcast.
that
So
actually
be sure
happened.
to listen to that where we cover relationship talk and a bunch of controversial topics. But,
We barely touched on them. She was too chicken.
oh, come on. I don't want to get canceled right off the bat because you wanted to delve too deep into
Hey, I mean,
something.
like, some people actually really like super deep, controversial conversations because, there's still some people out there that are not like super sensitive and
Yeah,
still
but
want to be able to relate.
if
Yeah.
people were to attack me, I don't think I have the backbone to be like, you know what, I'm right. Let me bring out a folder from 20 years ago to back up what I said. Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, Well, I think I get your perspective, but sometimes I don't think it's ever about being right. I think it's about being heard. That's my personal opinion because most people want to talk about things in a black and white manner. I mean, sure, sometimes it's black and white, but I think objective reality is subject to perspective. You see something a different way most of the times that most people do, even if you're looking in the same direction. I mean, you put a coin on its side, right? And you're looking from different sides, you're both going to see different things. So I think it's
Yeah.
more about coming to the respectful disagreement part. You can disagree with me. I mean, just enough of us. If we look up at the sky, we see it's blue, right? But if one person sees it's green, that person has an eye problem. But if one person sees the sky is actually blue and enough people agree it's green, then he's the person with the eyesight problem. So, based off of that logic, I don't think there's objective right or wrong. I think there's just popular opinion. And I think that's fine for the most part, but respectfully disagreeing should always be the goal. That is my opinion, Shy, in discourse.
yeah,
But hey,
I agree with you. Popular opinions should be either agreed or disagreed respectfully. And I feel like that's just
yeah,
something that the world is lacking. Whenever somebody
yeah,
says something about something, they're just like, oh no, you can't do that because of this and that. That's not fair. You're so insensitive. Like like saying a bunch of random unnecessary things. But
yeah.
I don't know. I guess people have gotten a lot more sensitive now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, okay, so Atlanta, obviously, you and I are from two different continents. G just being in the middle. Like,
I'm
I mean,
just
she's
vibing
also
in the
from
middle.
different continents, Sha.
Oh please. Is that it feels like you're throwing shade and be like, oh yeah, you're from Nigeria, but you're not really from Nigeria because you also grew up elsewhere, but you didn't really grow up there either. Okay, carry on.
Ask please miss this one. I beg. Carry
I
and
mean,
go.
when I was in middle school, do you guys know what middle school is?
okay, the equivalent of
Yes.
middle school would be element. Is it junior
No.
secondary or
Junior
elementary?
secondary for us.
Ah, okay, yeah,
From like,
junior
yeah.
secondary from GS1 to GS3.
Right.
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 Continue.
As you guys can see, cultural differences. So, our
No,
middle
it's
school
mostly the
is
same
JS1, 2,
structure.
3.
Yeah, it's the same structure like grade 1 to grade
Mm,
12. Ours is like 6 years elementary, 6 years secondary. It's the same thing.
Yeah, for us, it's kindergarten, well, 6 years counting kindergarten until fifth grade. That's elementary school. Middle
Wow.
school, sixth grade until eighth grade. And then high school is ninth until 12.
Yeah, so 12 years.
Yeah, but you guys like split yours in like twos. Ours is three. Because of
Ours,
middle school, it's counted as like a separate thing for some schools.
yeah, ours is also considered as because we have to take something like a junior WIEC to write that before you enter SS1. I think the is it 10th grade, right? GS3 is equivalent to ninth grade, right?
just three is, oh, Jesus.
We
Okay, so
have to convert this.
just one is primary 7. Just 2 is primary 8. Yeah, it's 9.
Yeah, GS3 is equivalent to grade 9, and then SS1 is equivalent to grade 10. So when we're in grade 9, we have to write an exam
A
It's kind
useless
of
exam, if I might add.
exactly, man. I didn't even show up for one of my exams. I think it was French.
You guys have
Uh
French?
yeah, you have to have two languages or one language,
Okay, okay, okay.
depending on which region that you're in. Like for me, I was in Abuja, so I had to pick up Hausa, French. I think that was it. But then when I moved to Lagos, they have these electives of picking Yoruba, also French, and I think there was Igbo in Nigeria.
No,
Yoruba,
three
Igbo,
major languages.
so we have the three major languages, which are Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. So that and coupled with French in some cases.
Wait, hold on. I thought Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo are three different tribes, or the top
Yeah,
tribes.
they have their own languages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have knowledge points, you
Well,
guys.
let me give more context to that.
Thank you.
We have we have over 500 tribes. Nigeria has it's six geopolitical zones, I think. And they're supposed to be representing a portion, or at least regions, where you can identify these tribes. Nigeria is basically an amalgamation of a lot of tribes per
Mhm,
the British annexation. So Yoruba, Igbo, as well as Hausa represent most of the early recognized tribes in Nigeria that
mhm,
the colonial masters encountered. The minorities were people that were mostly used as slaves by the people that they could, you know, encounter before we were able to be recognized. So, for the most part, Igbo have their language and different dialects of Igbo
mhm,
and different tribes that are under the Igbo region of the country.
mhm.
It's kind of like how you guys in the US have East Coast, West Coast, North and South, right?
Oh, but
And then
it's
in
more on
Atlanta.
accents, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. With the accents, a New Yorker sounds way different from a Valley girl, right? And
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you can manage to hear what someone from the south side of Atlanta is saying, at least people from Boston, you can hear what they are saying.
Right,
People
right.
from Oregon, you can hear them speak the more polished British-ish American English.
I
But
mean,
in
I
New York,
guess.
I'm walking over here, the whole thing. And then Valley Girls puts like in everything as much as they can. So
Like, well,
that's about that's about
I already knew she's gonna like point at me for that.
I take my chance at every shot.
I don't think I talk like a valley No, Atlanta, help me.
well, I'm not
Well,
going to be your authority on Valley Girls, but you definitely did sound like someone that was in California. I could tell.
Well,
Me, don't worry, it's fine. I'm not judging.
we are agreeing respectfully or disagreeing respectfully.
See, the fact that I could tell you Californian, I think it is significant as opposed to a New Yorker. Someone from the Bronx, you can tell. Somebody from Queens, you can tell. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, bringing it back home, a Yoruba person that is from Elisha and a Yoruba person that is from Lagos are not the same. A Yoruba person from Ife and the whole thing is just everyone is different in their own right. So the fact that Nigeria exists at all, I think, is a little miracle.
Right, right.
Personally,
Excuse me.
sorry.
Sorry. My cough hasn't recovered. I don't have coronavirus or Omicron, I swear. It's just weather changes here. Philippine weather changes.
I don't
Man,
know about that, man.
dude, it's like hot. Okay,
Are you sure you don't have the Omicron variant?
I am sure. I'm very
Yo,
sure.
I think I caught that thing like in Christmas.
Dude, this
Mariam.
I wanted to watch the New Year's firework, but I was sick, and all of my symptoms were like malaria, and all the symptoms of the Omicron variant are like malaria. So I was not watching. Do I have malaria or do I have COVID? I just reasoned myself. Wait, malaria is not prevalent here, so I probably have COVID.
Ewo.
Yeah, but Atlanta here in the Philippines, dude, hot, humid. We literally have like two seasons here, okay? I've been here for like how many years? I still cannot tell when is summer and then when is rain. Me.
Well, when it rains, it rains. When it's dry, oh wait, it's not even dry here because this is an archipelago. So since we're just surrounded by sea, it's not really dry.
Can't
It's
ever be dry.
It's so humid, especially when it's hot.
Mm.
Summer period around here goes up to like 38 degrees Celsius. And when you leave your shower, you're sweating and sticky. It's just so annoying. Whereas
And
compared to Nigeria, where when it's really dry, like Hamatan period, like
this
it's
period
cold.
over here.
Yeah, it's cold and dry. Someone cannot just leave their house without putting on some cream or something. No, someone.
Yeah, you get ashy fast.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Well, all I'll say is this. All I'll say is basically in Nigeria we have three seasons. We've got the rainy, we've got the sunny, we've got the dry. Now, it depends for places like Akwa Ibom, for instance, where we just have rainy and we have dry. Because during the summer, for us, we still have it as a wet season because Akwa Ibom is humid and Akwa Ibom has a lot of vegetation.
Mhm.
So our experience over here is such that it is usually almost raining for most of the year because of all the trees, all of the what we are at the coastline, so many factors. As opposed to somewhere like Lagos, before rain will fall in Lagos, Lagos is basically it's a concrete jungle for the most part. There's barely any more trees. So
Mhm.
that area has dry season like the Hamatan, and it also has sunny or hot seasons.
Mhm.
It's somewhat humid in some places, but for the most part it is hot. So
Man. You
yeah,
know, if I had to choose between the weathers that I have, or like the seasons that I have like encountered, okay, because
mm,
America has like four seasons and
yeah.
Philippines has two. So four seasons, you know, like winter, spring, summer, fall. I would pick America for the seasons, but I would pick the Philippines in terms of heat. I don't know, heat management. There we go. It's
Really?
so, dude, English is so hard. Sometimes, like, it's so difficult to find the right word. You just kind of have to find something that's like similar to it.
So, like,
But
you would
actually, English for you guys too came on a boot though.
Came on a boot?
came on
On
a
a
boat
boat.
as in foreigners are the ones that brought English to the Philippines.
Ah, okay, yeah. But yeah, America, dude, hot, dry, and it hurts because you're literally burning under the sun.
It's
Literally find a couple people sweating.
the
Oh,
funny thing is that although it gets really sunny in Philippines, it's not as hot as Nigeria.
oh, dude, I don't.
you know, when I came to Philippines, I lightened up so much. Like I was really tan when I came here. Because like it's so weird, man. You spend your whole life in a country. You're used to the weather, the sun beating your head every day, or especially when it's dry period. And then you come to another country where over in the Philippines it's just cloudy and the sun isn't really that bad. It's just the heat, man. You feel the heat, but the sun isn't beating you. I think that if like anyone that comes here will probably get lighter. It's not really that you don't really feel the UV rays on yourself, but you do feel the heat like an oven here.
I got tanner, actually.
Oh, I got lighter. What is there must be something wrong going on here.
All I can say is the pictures of G in Nigeria and the pictures of G in present day.
Yeah.
The only thing keeping you Nigerian is your hair.
Yeah, my accent can't even save me anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
Atlanta.
your accent is like a pleasant surprise.
Her accent catches me off guard sometimes. It's like it does, but it's such a nice like caught off guard. Like, oh, your Nigerian accent came out. Sometimes I
Yeah,
would ask her to like, can you say more? Say more. She'll be like, no, because you won't be able to understand me. I'll be like, oh,
I
okay.
mean, for my sanity too, because I probably won't be able to say the same way.
Well,
It's an unconscious act for me because I can't focus and consciously make myself do the accent for you.
Wait, so for both of you, just out of curiosity, for both of you guys, if I wasn't here, you guys would basically be speaking with a Nigerian accent,
Probably.
right?
uh, I think it depends on the day.
On the day?
Because
Eh, yeah,
yeah,
sometimes
because
he speaks straight English and then sometimes he speaks pidgin.
it depends on
And,
the day and the situation. Like sometimes when she and I are having conversation about very regular topic,
or something
we
funny happens.
yeah, something funny happens, something where we are trying to connect in a very simple way. It depends on what works most efficiently for us at the time. There's a
Mm-hmm.
situation where I want her to get the real authentic feeling. So I use a pigeon reference. There's a time where I want her to understand the dictionary feeling or the official capacity of what it is I am saying.
Yeah, that's only when we get in like little debates and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah, when we
"Come
get
on, here."
into debates, yeah. But then
It's easier.
references, yeah, that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
But still,
So
I just think that it's like super duper duper cool.
yeah, well,
Well,
thank
I'm
you
pretty
for
sure for you guys,
appreciating.
you guys like get tired of like listening to somebody who's American, like, oh wow, great
No, it's
American.
fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
great.
It makes me feel special. I don't know about Lanta, but I feel damn special, man. Like
I felt
really?
special already, so
Now,
I
now
mean, hey, I
this is
appreciate,
this
but
is my show. I feel special.
this this is bad, fella.
Nobody wants to know if you feel special. I had a joke, man. I'm
I been
joking.
carry the gojo.
Uh-uh. No vex.
No fear, no vex, nothing spoil.
but, but yeah, I mean, anyways. So,
Oh Lord, yeah,
Y'all went from pigeon to English to pigeon, and then you're like, oh wait, Mel.
yes, yo,
This is
yo, but
amazing.
yeah, it is. Well, so bringing it back, I think dialects as well as food is another thing. Nigeria as an identity is very questionable because for some people, especially I would imagine for a lot of you guys foreigners, right? For someone like you, Mel,
Hmm.
for you, being Nigerian could be being the first Nigerian you encounter who happens to be Yoruba, right? Which
Hmm.
means encountering Yoruba culture,
Hmm.
Yoruba food, Yoruba ideas, Yoruba lore, folklore,
Hmm.
Yoruba histories,
Hmm.
Yoruba, a lot of things that are influenced by the Yoruba culture.
Right.
And then you meet and you encounter an Igbo person and you encounter their own lore, which funny enough, there's so many similarities between Igbo lore, folklore, and Yoruba folklore. For every Yoruba Ogun or Orumila, you have a Yoruba Amadioha, gods of thunder. So it's kind of like similar to the Greek pantheon,
Right,
only
right,
they have
right,
their own interpretations. Yeah. So the
right.
Yoruba pantheon has similarities with the Greek pantheon and some similarities too from the Roman pantheon, some from the Egyptian pantheon. But that is totally different now from the Ibibio. Where I'm from is the Ibibio people. We are
Ibibio.
BBO.
Ibibio, Ibibio.
Ibibio.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Okay.
The Ibibio people are from the Akwa Ibom state and parts of, well, no, yeah, the Akwa Ibom state. So it's in the southern part of Nigeria.
Hmm.
We are a pretty small population in terms of our representation in the country, and we have different tribes in Ibibio land as well, and different dialects of Ibibio. Our own culture too is considerably represented, but mostly falls under the Igbo umbrella because of our close ties to the Igbos. We're
Hmm.
neighbors to the Igbos. We share a lot of dishes with the Igbos. We share some common words in our languages with the Igbos, but
Hmm.
not necessarily in the same way. We can intermarry freely with the Igbos. We have history of wars and alliances with the Igbos.
Hmm.
So that's the simplest way I can put it. So the identity of a Nigerian isn't so much in tribe, lore, or most of those things.
Hmm.
It is in the unified experiences of surviving together, of trying to compete sometimes with each other. So the
Goodness.
Nigerian experience isn't as clear cut as the American experience.
How
Yeah.
about let's bring up something that we can really relate to.
Mm,
Food. I'm kind of hungry. Not gonna
food.
lie. Food. All right.
Well, all right.
I'm already familiar with jollof and moi moi.
I'm so proud of you. Tears in my eyes. So proud of
What?
you that you actually know what jollof and moi moi are. So proud.
Hey, hey, for all of our listeners out there, jollof, if you have not had a taste of jollof in your mouth before you die, you are missing out big time. I'm being straight honest, man. Whenever there's an occasion or a party, like a birthday party, and G would bring jollof, oh my gosh, I'm the first one in line. And I have to get however much I can get until I feel full because jollof is so amazing. Sorry. Out of, out of
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm just so happy.
I just,
It's a thing of pride.
I'm very
It's a
prideful of your guys' jollof.
I know, right?
man.
Like, I feel so happy that you like my cooking.
I think you just had a version of it though. There are
Yeah,
more creative ways to have jollof that you've probably not experienced. I mean, there are different variations. You know, the jollof you had was with tomato sauce and some other things that gave it that shine. There's also a version of jollof, although, well, there are different versions, Sha. But I'm happy that you can relate, at least in that small way. That is one of the more universally Nigerian agreed food. The Yorubas have it. Everyone has their
Really?
version. Yeah. You know, you can
Okay.
have jollof and fish. You can have it with seafood. You can have it with poultry, right? Is that what they
The
call it?
jollof
yeah.
is just rice.
It's
Yeah.
Not just
chicken,
no
something
no
like
no
that.
no no. As
Especially
a
turkey. Yeah.
proud taster of jollof, it's not just rice. Okay, there
No.
is chicken. I believe I had the one that I had. It had chicken in it, and it had like
Mm.
fried bananas in it. Oh
Plantains, actually, but
yeah,
okay.
there.
Yeah, like
No,
they don't have plantains here, but they do have some type of variation of plantain that's like a dwarf plantain. It's like,
Mm.
yeah, it's like half the size of a regular plantain. Doesn't really taste the same, but it does the job.
Does it have that sticky aftertaste?
No, man, it's like a banana, but not sweet. It's I don't even know how
Yeah.
to explain it.
all
Yeah.
Okay.
resources, and I still had this version, and I'm really happy. And I would love to tell our listeners, guys, if you have a Nigerian friend, the first thing that you should ask them, yo, can you make jollof?
No,
It
can you
will
take
make
me? Can you have make me have jollof? Because some can't make it, though. Some Nigerians can't cook to save their lives. I'm sorry.
I think that's
Mm.
anybody. But man, jollof.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel hungry.
Yeah, I think my next mission is to make her try. I have gari over here, so like probably
Mm.
whenever.
Give her a goosey soup.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. There's
Mm.
gari over here, and I have ingredients to make a goosey. I think that would be the next thing that I'll try to
Mm.
introduce my friends to. Because mainly I just eat it in the house once in a while.
A goosey soup is powerful. It is
As
glorious.
in, it's so filling. Sometimes I just
Man,
drink the soup and chew the spinach.
you understand. You chop
And
like the meat is the shit, guy. Man, a goosey soup. That thing is glorious. I think I'm very happy that all the people that had to die died so we can discover a goosey soup.
wow.
You know why? Because it cannot
It's
make
fun.
sense that somebody just sat down at one go at the first try, put some leaves, ground some things, and made egusi soup, and we ate it. And they didn't at least poison some people along the way.
What is a goosey soup? This
Um,
sounds very interesting.
do
It's
you know
called
what
melon
red?
soup,
Yeah, it has ground up melon seeds in it, red oil or palm
palm oil.
oil. Do you know what palm oil? It's red. No, you know it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. It's like my mom that gives it to me. I don't really keep up with it.
It's like we'll be doing small research before we enter this table.
As in, just
Because
cancel that. No
you're
more
shaming your
egusi soup.
Nigerian friends, guy.
Yeah, like they just listen to me and be like, "Ah, this one I don't know what they're talking about."
So no, no.
Oh
Question.
man, I
How
just cook
many
it, man.
chilies? Question.
Sorry?
Sorry, I really had to cut you off because like
Yeah.
it rushed to my head, man.
Yeah,
Nigerian
sure. Go
food
ahead.
is super spicy. I have to ask you, how many chilies are in a goosey soup? Or
Um,
how many
I put
different types of peppers are in a goosey soup?
I put like 4 to 5 pieces of
My
cabbage
dear,
pepper.
God knows that you know how you feel like it is. See, there's this
I put
thing.
it to taste, okay? Like
Exactly.
I
In
I
Nigeria, we don't
blend.
do ingredients. We don't do pounds or grams. We
See,
put it
man,
based on vibes.
shoot. See, I'm trying to make her feel comfortable to want to eat it, and you're ruining
My
my show
dear,
here.
my dear, I'm against it. You know why? Because, see, in Nigeria, for you to enjoy and experience the food, you have to let people cook it as they can. And for you to learn how to cook it, you don't learn by knowing ingredients per se. You learn by being around, by seeing it. That's part of it. It's just like most of these foods, really the ingredients that make them, but the vibe, the struggle, all of those things. Me, I always tell most people, most Akwa Ibom foods that are sweet, it is the struggle you're tasting.
As in, it's the same thing for pounded yam. I love pounded yam,
Yeah,
but
if you don't
I
suffer, it won't be as sweet.
yeah, exactly. It's not the same unless specifically you're
Yeah,
using some really old wooden mortar and pestle behind your
yeah.
house, like you're tying wrapper around yourself with singlets and
You know,
pounding
your
it.
some of your sweat drops in it.
As in, the sweat adds taste, safe. That's that
Yeah,
salty thing.
so while most Nigerian foods can be spicy, I think it is subject to the person that's making it. If they're making
Yeah,
it
I mean, to me,
thinking
it's
that
not
it's okay to
spicy.
spicy.
Like when I cook it, it's not spicy when I taste it. But when I give Mel, she turns red and then she starts asking
Yeah.
for milk. Like, yo, G, you have any milk in the fridge? It's so funny.
And ironically, the same thing with salt for most Americans I've had the opportunity to cook for. Man, them niggas love salt. They like salt. Anything that is oily and fatty. Oh Lord.
But
They
what
like
about pepper? Like, you can't just
there
have
are some
salt.
Americans that can hold their pepper, they can hold their hot sauce. So it will shock you.
I
I
used to.
think it's a matter of what their diet already consists of
Oh,
and the degree of pepper.
I grew up eating rice 3 times a day because in Filipino or like Southeast Asian cultures, not
Mm,
all, some, okay, rice is like such an essential product or like part of the diet. One, because
yeah.
it's
yeah, it's staple
not,
food.
it's stable food. And plus, there's like
Mm.
a gigantic production of it because there's a lot of agricultural areas in Southeast Asia to produce rice. Hence, I eat rice 3 times a day.
Have you ever seen someone eat rice, bananas, and ketchup together?
Shut up!
Have you heard of someone eating white rice and honey?
Ah, that I've never heard that.
People they just I'm not look, I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. I'm just going to tell you that weird things exist. Rice and ketchup is not news to me.
Yeah, but like rice and banana.
Shut
Rice and
up!
banana is not new to me now. Sometimes
Oh, thank you.
over here, sir. Eh,
I've never
sometimes
seen anyone eat that
chill
until I
now.
met Mel.
I've eaten rice egusi soup with bananas.
Me, I've eaten rice and egusi, but not with bananas. Maybe plantain. But
But plantains are like bananas. The only difference is you have
no,
to cook.
no, like banana is sweet. Plantain is kind of tasteless. You
Okay,
you have to
here's what
add
I
your
recommend. Here's what I
what of
recommend. Try jollof rice and bananas. Then see how
I
far.
can't. I can't. My body rejects it. Like God did not
Guy,
make
when
me
you
to
enjoy
digest
it,
that.
you remember this conversation.
I
Gee,
don't
if
know
your
about that,
body
but
rejects that, gee, if your body rejects jollof with banana, then let me take it, because I will accept it.
you can have the bananas. I don't know about the jollof.
No, I'm taking the jollof with the bananas. What are you talking about?
What? I'm tired of one that has a choice to cook it or not.
Yes, but let us remember that your mama made some jollof for me and not for you one day.
I don't even know what
Hey!
accent you just used, but okay.
Girl, you don't need to know
Me,
what
if
kind of
I
accent
don't
I
think she
just
even
used.
talks if I don't week.
Huh?
Oh wow. He said he didn't even pick up on what you said.
Bruh.
I didn't even hear how. I swear.
Yeah.
I
This one shocked me.
okay, let me repeat myself. I basically said, but guess whose mama made me some jollof rice and not for you? Hey.
Oh my gosh.
But
You're
she
such
made
a
you from jollof rice.
no, like okay, so my mom packed lunch and then she made
Oh, that
jollof and
hater
then
thing
she
you were
packed it
on
in
the
the
other time.
Tupperware. Yeah, so my mom packed lunch, gave it Tupperware for me to take to school. In my mind, I thought like, oh, it's for me to eat to school. And then
Hey,
when I
whoa,
was
they
like
give
filing away,
you.
my mom was like, oh, give it to your friend Mel, okay? And then I was like, what about me? I didn't even say anything, man. I just quietly put it in my bag. I was like, okay, all right. Who is the real daughter in this situation? Who is your blood child? What the
I
heck?
remember. Hey, this shit got you so ticked off.
Yo, I'm just like, what the heck, man? Like, what about me, man?
Mm,
I went out that day. I went and bought lunch in McDonald's. I was like, what the hell? I was flabbergasted.
bruh.
The actual daughter got McDonald's, but the daughter's friend got JOLLOF rice.
I know, right?
Oh, I'm crying. This is the best. But no, I don't eat rice for snacks. Okay, just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, you eat
Rice.
rice as your main dish and side dish.
It is part of the main dish. What are you talking about? Oh my god.
We don't enter meta territory, I beg. Nico, let's go back to these things. Like if people are enjoying yourselves too much, anytime me will not allow it. I rebel against the enjoyment.
Wow. So
Mm.
Atlanta, while you grew up and you stayed in Nigeria, like, do you have anything that you particularly like doing for entertainment with your friends? Something you guys always come together to do, like just to pass time, or you have
Hmm.
gathering?
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't really used to go out that much because of a lot of things. We lived in Lagos and some questionable neighborhoods sometimes. So mostly pastime was with my step siblings at the time. We'd watch cartoons, play games, that sort of thing. Hide and seek was pretty popular back then when the house was full with cousins and everyone. Now, these days, as a as a mid-20-year-old, I have a game night every Sunday evening with a couple of my friends. We meet up at a friend's studio. We play a game called Articulate. It's like a card game about, it's kind of like charades, but it's more technical.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah, we do that every Sunday. Sometimes the weekend is we do movie nights sometimes on Saturdays. That's typically it. Or if I'm in a relationship, most of the time I spend time with my partner. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not really that outsidey. I go out on picnics occasionally. I play video games occasionally. I watch series. That's my pastime now as an adult. But as a kid, I guess they were oh yeah, I used to play basketball. I did until I
Mm.
broke my knee. But yeah,
Oh dear.
Oh, did it heal eventually, or was like permanent?
it fucked me up. I mean, I don't stumble or anything, but I should probably get surgery at some point.
So, if you were to, let's say, start getting into fitness workout, to do squats would
I can
be
I can squat no problem, but I know I favor one side.
no, I meant like with a bar with weights
Speaking
on,
of
like
squat.
Yeah,
front
like I
squat.
said, I
Uh-huh.
can do almost everything, but I favor one side, and that's problematic.
Oh.
Speaking of squat, totally unrelated, but it's a squat.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
squat.
Okay, the Asian community has something called the Asian squat.
Oh gosh.
These, I know it's really unrelated, but like I had to ask. It's I had to ask you
Okay.
if I told you how it is. Do you think you would be able to do it?
If you told me what,
If I
How
told
the
you how the
Asian
Asian
squat.
squat is, or like how it works, do you think you'll be able to do it?
I do not know until I see it though.
It's
You
like
don't
you bend down with your knees touching your chest and your heels touching the floor.
Oh,
like when
that.
you on
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
to squat, all the way to like squat all the way down, but your
Oh,
heels do not go up. Your feet
let
stay
me try
flat.
it out actually. Let me try it out. I know I used to be able to do it before I had the injury.
I'm sorry, but if it's gonna hurt you, don't do it.
Oh, I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I
if it
can.
hurts you,
Although my knees go up to my armpits. Oh, and I fell backwards.
Oh, oh,
this should have been one of those video podcasts.
it should
Yeah,
have
one day.
been one day. Or you could animate this, G.
Yo,
Oh
that
Lord,
take 13 hours to draw someone falling down.
man, she's not lying. She's not lying.
I don't know what it's like to draw and be graphic designer because I'm not talented
Uh,
in that aspect.
I mean, neither of us are graphic designers, but Atlanta draws.
yeah,
You draw?
I'm kind of an artist. Yeah,
He draws
well,
really
I'm
nice
lazy.
though. He's kind of like one of those people that he has the talent, but it's wasted on him because he doesn't exert effort unless it's needed.
That's a very gross oversimplification. I don't like to waste my energy, especially for something that will not profit me.
But what if you were to create for just yourself and that would be what gets you clients' attention? It's not just only making something when someone hires you. You get?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I know that this is low-key a problem, but I'm mostly I let my energy charge to do stuff because as much as
Um,
I'd like to create backlog for people, my understanding of the way Nigeria works is people don't really appreciate art as much as they should. I mean, now with the whole NFT craze, people are beginning to be more appreciative, but for the most part, people here they look down on talents. They look
yeah,
at
they do.
In
yeah.
Like when
Nigeria?
growing up, if you say you want to study art, your parents will be like, "Are you sure you don't want to be a doctor, accountant, lawyer?"
Yeah, that sort of situation.
That's so similar to the Asian community.
Yeah,
Welcome. Let us
that
Yeah,
welcome
also
each
they look
has
like
other.
a doctor. So
that same mentality had a great influence on picking a course in college. Totally something not art related. But
No, the way that you picked out dentistry is
see,
completely
my
off.
first and second choices were something art related. I just ended up here in dentistry because I was frustrated.
No, you ended up in dentistry because you closed your eyes and then like you scanned your finger across the freaking
Yeah, I
brochure
mean,
and
when
landed
the
on dentistry.
yeah, I mean, like when the situation's out of your control and what you want is not what you can get, you just pick anything, which is what I ended up doing.
Yes, closing your eyes and scanning your finger across an entire brochure only to
Ah,
land
yes,
in
but
dentistry.
yeah, but we still
Mm-hmm.
have to put into consideration that the thing that I wanted to do originally was something related to art.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean, nowadays, though, people they appreciate art, especially IT.
Mm-hmm.
Like people appreciate courses that has game design, graphic design, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back 7 years ago when I was like a fresh graduate from like high school, and then I say I want to do art, it's a completely different story. They don't. Most grown-ups would be like, "Are you sure? Like, is that what you really want to do? You should value your future or something like that." But yeah,
Yeah, I feel you. Even dentistry wasn't my first pick. What I wanted to get into media, more on like I wanted to work in Hollywood and direct movies. I wanted to script write or I wanted to do something that had movie productions in it. But because it wasn't really, I guess, parent pleasing, especially in an Asian community, because in Asian communities, man, it's either doctor, lawyer, or engineer.
pretty
That's
much
it.
same over in Nigeria.
Same,
Yeah, the
right? Same.
Trinity.
Yeah. So when I told my mom, or when my mom asked me, like, what do you want to be? And, over the years, like, you do change the profession that you wanted to take. At 5 years old, you're like, I want to be a veterinarian. Then when you get a little bit older, I want to be a singer. And now that you're at a certain point where you're about to enter college, and that college is supposed to train you to become a part of that career choice or that career path that you are putting yourself into, it's like, dude, that's it, right? Not always, but you're gonna put 4 to 8 years of your life into doing that. But when I told my mom, oh, I wanted to work in Hollywood, she's like, no. She's like, you're not gonna do that. I was like, why
Yeah.
not? And reasons are mostly like, you're not really gonna get far with that, or like they can't really cover the tuition for it, those types of things. And I was given the option either nursing or dentistry. I was like, great.
And then you ended up doing both
I
one
ended
way
up
or
doing
another.
both. No, I did nursing for 1 year, but then I transferred and switched to dentistry because the whole point of me taking nursing was basically to just get used to the system here.
Can you
Mm.
imagine taking a whole course just to get used to the system before you go to another course? I wish I did that. Like, let me do 1 year of dentistry, see how school is like, and then I'll move to another course. Ah, I
Well,
was so young and naive. Well,
I mean, it's kind of difficult because in my case, I went to college in my province, and here they speak Kapampangan. So
oh,
in a classroom setting,
they mix it, English, Tagalog, and Kapampangan.
That's really hard.
It is hard.
Can you
It's
imagine learning medical terms and it's just a mishmash of three languages? That's you're just making everyone's lives hard. You know, in IT, my brother's course, they only teach in English so that everyone's on the same page. Like they don't teach in Tagalog in school, like just pure English.
a Nigerian university though, Atlanta. Like, how was it for you during college years?
Uh, College years for me,
like,
honestly, it's
like
Nigeria.
like language wise,
Language wise, in what sense though?
like once in a while the professor speaking their native language, mix it in with English and
Normally,
pidgin.
normally,
Are you
normally.
are you
Over
serious?
here, especially down here, some lecturers don't even give a shit. There was one math class, the guy just came and he was very pissed. He was speaking vernacular Ibibio. Straight up. The Igbo people
Wow.
were struggling. So if you don't get with the program, wahala for you.
But aren't the notes, aren't the textbooks and notes in there?
No,
Like,
they're
is
in
it all?
English.
If you just have the coverage, the syllabus, then you're not really losing much on the lectures, right?
Yeah. See, yeah. Hell, before I now be a downer again, let me just put it this way.
Just make it simplified.
Yeah, simplifying it, there are these things exist, but most times lecturers don't necessarily follow through with
Uh,
these things in the right ways.
also,
So you,
they have their own cover scheme, their own table of contents, their
mm,
own version of teaching topics, and what they teach you according to their understanding is what they expect you to write for answers in exam.
exactly, for the most part, yes.
Oh,
Mm.
that is horrible. Over here, when I had issues following up with, it's like some professors, whenever they want to make an expression or something, they will switch to Tagalog, which was a little bit frustrating. It used to make me so angry when I was a freshman. Honestly, like I would be so angry, and I was just like, "Why am I here? Nobody speaks English. They only speak English when it's convenient for them. The textbooks are in English." But they don't speak English in class. And I just came to self-realization that this isn't technically where I grew up in, so I have to be the one to adjust.
I feel
Yeah,
you.
I have to be the one to adjust. Me expecting them to speak English, some weird form of entitlement. I'm the one that came here to learn. Why am I expecting you to adjust to me? So that's when I had to force myself to learn a little bit of Tagalog. And it made life easier, honestly. I still suck at the language, but I do
Mm.
know enough to get by in class. I get at least 70% or 80% of the sentence, and I just piece together all the missing parts. Each class has a recommended textbook. Once they give us the whole syllabus for the semester, I just follow that. I'll go read the textbook, and then when I'm listening in class, I just highlight the parts in the textbook that they cover that day, and then I'll go back home and read it. That's pretty much what I did.
I can imagine.
You
Oh,
know,
and
even as a Filipino and learning Tagalog and understanding Tagalog, there are still like some phrases that they say that I don't get.
yeah, there's always some certain phrases that you won't really get unless you hear it in context. You keep hearing it, you just come to a realization that, so this is what this means. This is how you use it. I had this issue with learning what tapos is. Like tapos has two meanings or is it three meanings? I think one
Okay,
meaning is done, like I'm done with this task. And then the other one mean continuation of a sentence, like
next.
and then this
Mm.
happened. That word has two meanings. They have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of words that have two meanings. So I think it's the same thing for any language. But
Mm.
when you're a student and you're fresh in a country and you don't know which word is which, you're just like, God, suffering.
Do you guys think that if I were to go to university in Nigeria, would I survive?
Probably not.
Okay,
Ooh.
sorry.
Um,
I didn't. I grew up a little. Uh, what's that
It's
called?
okay, me too. I also grew up with a little
A
bit
silver
sheltered,
spoon. Yeah.
but but like college over there in Nigeria, like do you guys have any uniforms or like set of rules that you guys have to follow that you just think why do we have these rules?
uh, if I had to speak on any, I would say, well, law students have a uniform. Accounting students have uniforms. Wear black and white. This one's
Yeah.
wear blue and black. Some they wear. There are some dress codes. For us student architects, ours is just to appear neat and stuff. Sometimes they enter for your hair. If you have short hair, if you have long hair, it can be problematic if you don't manage it well. You shouldn't. I don't really think there's so much of a rule since
So just
because
don't
of the school
just
I go to,
yeah, just
and
don't look
irresponsible is subjective.
okay, fine, just don't look too scruffy. There we go.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Sorry, I kept
Yeah.
cutting you off.
It's chill, chill.
Wait, isn't it a thing in Nigeria? I heard it from G, where
Hmm?
like for girls, there's a certain hairstyle that you guys need to
Oh.
keep for a week.
Yeah, in high school and like grade school, um, okay, from grade 12 and down, usually, okay, most schools, they have a certain hairstyle of the week. So you have to braid your hair in a certain way for it to be uniform. And
Hairstyle
then,
of the
yeah, hairstyle of the week. I was a very stubborn student. I never used to. Okay, I almost never used to do it. I did not like getting my hair braided as a kid because my hair was quite long compared to other people's own. So it was a painful process because I'll see other people they're braiding their hair like okay, it takes like less than 1 hour. But then for me, I'll sit down on the chair, I'll be crying in the salon like 2 hours, 3 hours, the blow drying
and
my hair, like
your hair.
snot while I'm crying, I'll be wiping my snot. I hate it. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
really wanted to try one of those hairstyles one day, just because
Yeah.
like I wanted to feel a little bit more cultured, not because
Oh.
like, you know,
No, it's
uh,
fine if you wanted to braid your hair. I wouldn't really care if you wanted to do any of the styles. Okay, I don't really think so. I think that most people will be welcoming if you wanted to try out their hairstyles. We're not gatekeepers, man. Like, if you want to try out something different, then it's okay. I did try to braid your hair one time, though. I don't think I I am good at braiding straight hair.
yeah.
Your hair just slips out of my fingers. It's like slime, silk. It's
Wow.
so slippery.
Slime.
Fine.
I'm
Ew.
sorry, like I don't know how else to describe the texture of your hair because it's just glossy. It has no friction. I can't grab it to braid it because it's just so smooth. This is a compliment, by the way.
Just want to let you know, Atlanta, from time to time, this girl, whenever she gets bored, she would stand behind me and start sniffing my head.
Even yeah, you're making me sound like a creep. So there's
And
You make it
you
sound like I'm
people
crazy for
creepy,
molding
but
my rice.
there's a reason for that. Her hair smells really nice. Every 2 days or so,
mm,
or maybe once a month, she changes the scent of her shampoo. Her hair, even with just shampoo, no conditioner, her hair retains the scent all day long. Mine, I need to pack on products and stuff before I can smell the products all day. Like it'll stay until the end of the day. Hers, man, just slap on some shampoo, spritz it with water, and then boom, hair smells nice the whole day. So yeah, it's like a nice smell. I'm not a weirdo. I just appreciate the smell.
Atlanta, please. Do you
mm,
feel how creepy she is?
Oh come on! You should be
you
embarrassed and
said
blushing
oh, my
that I even
sister.
like it.
She can be very extra. I know that for a fact.
Wow.
Extra. Extra.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta. Oh.
Oh please, Val. I'm not that bad. You too,
Bruh.
Atlanta. I'm not that bad.
Bruh.
Eh.
You get hand sanitizer that smells like shampoo.
My hand sanitizer is coconut and fig. It smells amazing.
Coconut and fig. Those are shampoo flavors. If
Yeah,
that's the
but
one.
it's palm olive. They have hand sanitizers too. Just because it doesn't smell like the toxic hand sanitizer people are used to doesn't mean that it isn't good hand sanitizer. Like once in a while, Mel, she brings in packs of this small, like 15 ml hand sanitizers that have so many varieties of different scents. And then she comes and she attacks me for having coconut and fig. Like, wow, you want to talk.
Dude, because mine smells like perfume, yours smells like my shampoo. I'm
That's
tired.
because
Oh my
that's
It smells
god,
like
because
damn.
my
your
own
Oh,
head.
shampoo is the same brand as my hand sanitizer. You know, they both have coconut in it. It's palm olive. Oh, was it palm olive? I'm not
Okay.
even sure. Does palm olive even have hand sanitizer? I'm not quite sure.
Yes,
Well,
you
my
do. You
With it.
had it in your possession.
yeah, but I don't remember the brand. I think it was
It was
oh,
Palmolive. I remember because it
oh.
had a weird shape.
Is this it? Oh yeah, yeah. It was like a mini shampoo bottle.
Dude, Atlanta, can you believe this girl is carrying around a miniature shampoo
Oh
bottle
please.
and it's
Right now, I'm just
sanitizer?
lost. You people have gone into the very treacherous world of products.
Well, it's just hand sanitizer, but it's nice. But anyways, moving on from my hand sanitizer and making me into a creep. Anyways,
You made me a creep. You told Atlanta that I mold my rice into like drumsticks.
You're not
see,
over that.
now you see that's a you problem. That's a you problem, okay? I don't know
That's
why you do those things, but that's a you problem.
how is how is that my problem? I don't even know how to do that. I don't even have a mold. Oh gosh, dude,
Oh
G.
Lord.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
remember that one time where you tried to burn my legs off with a lighter?
Um, you make that sound so violent.
But
Because it
that's what it is,
was.
though. What are you doing with a lighter on someone's leg,
I
guy?
think I was trying to remove some of her leg hair, right?
Okay,
Was
I
that
don't
what I was
know.
trying to do?
Okay,
I
hold on.
don't
Yes,
remember.
that was what you were trying to do, but hold on. Let me just put this out there.
Melissa is one of
Because
those hairless people, by the way.
Oh wow.
Her hair is so thin that it looks golden if you look really close. You put your eye 3 cm away from her skin. It's really thin and kind of invisible. So I learned a threading technique recently because like how people thread their eyebrows. And I was like, yo, Mel, give me your leg. I was like, let
God,
me practice threading on your leg. And she was like, no, I don't have any hair. I was like, yeah, you do. If you look hard enough. If there's a will, there's a way.
Jesus Christ. Now you're scaring me. Guy, you know I have hair everywhere. I don't want to be anywhere near you. Before you start an
No,
no,
acting on my
Atlanta,
body.
you can't. Dude, you can't do that. If she was ready to light my legs on fire, you should be ready for her to like thread your beard.
you guys
Like,
make me sound so violent.
bro,
I'm a sweet person, okay? Look at me.
Uh,
I have a lot of
I can't
friends.
look at you there. You're on the other side of the world.
Imagine me, your mind. Don't worry. You will see me later when I visit.
Hey, I beg you, please, please. Hey, don't do.
Don't
For
worry me.
people that don't
I just
understand how
turn
drag
into
that is,
I just
see, it's
I just
from
turn into cockroach at 3 a.m. and fly over.
blood of Jesus. For the people that don't get this, you G is actually half Nigerian and she's from the tribe of Edo. Now we have a lot of in-country stereotypes. Like the average Calabar person is, like I said before, sexually liberated. The average Yoruba person loves pepper. The average Igbo man is greedy and loves money. Of course, these things aren't necessarily true, but it's like references to it's our own version of pop culture. So the
mhm.
Edo people,
Leave my people out of this. I
the Edo
beg.
people popular for diabolical things like witchcraft. So are telling me I'm going to see her in the I'll soon see her. It's fucking scary. So she's going to fly in the night. Oh god, I can't stop laughing. I
That
beg
was
you, hey,
good.
I cover myself in the blood of Jesus. Hey, my God.
Me too. I cover
Ah,
myself to fly.
you, I beg you, hey, that was frightening, I beg.
What the fuck? But yes, you see me later in the night.
Hey, I beg. I
I just
beg.
kidding. I
Hmm.
just kidding. No.
Fun fact, I'm actually talking to this Edo girl. I think I told you about it, G. I'm talking to
What?
this Edo girl, and she's Christian as fuck. You know, she's one of these sweet people that she's a really amazing person. And
Oh.
there are sometimes when she tell me, hey, you see, I'll deal with you. I'm like, no, please. Like, prejudice is that deep, though.
I mean, yeah, all the stereotype is there, but don't play around.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So, should I be scared, G, or should I just live my
I
life?
mean, like, no need. Atlanta, keep quiet there. Like, no need to be scared of me. Jeez, I don't practice
Yeah,
any of that stuff. I didn't grow up
yeah,
there for
yeah.
most of my
Their
life.
power is in their hair. Cut it off.
After I finish burning the hair off of your leg.
Do you see? See, all I needed to do was mention the hair. Now you see the true diabolic. The true diabolic.
Dude, you mentioned me cutting my hair. You don't expect some form of retaliation. The heck? But
Uh,
so moving on from the talks of witchcraft and where I'm from, it's not supposed to be from all the people from. Shout out to all the Edo people out there.
Yay.
Okay, Atlanta. Do you have any
Mhm.
memorable event or occasion that happened to you? Something that just left a big impression on you?
Well, it's weird, but I would say my fourth birthday. It's one of those memories I've never gotten rid of. I remember my third birthday, but my fourth birthday was really a special one to me. Back then, I was living with my mom,
mhm.
and this was a period where not a lot of good things were happening. I became more self-aware of the separation between my parents. So it was that kind of birthday where you knew you wouldn't hear from dad, and it would be weird. But my classmates in nursery, I still remember one of them is in the military now. His name is Abraham. He was very supportive. He was very encouraging. For this means a lot coming from a 3-year-old, 4-year-old that saw you crying all day. I felt
Mhm.
I fell in the playground and hurt my lip. That was the first time I realized blood tasted like iron. I fell in the playground, and then my
Oh.
mom surprised me at school. I was having a terrible day. So my mom
Aw.
surprised me at school. She brought in this tuxedo. I think I still have the photo. I'll share it with you, G. I'll share it with you guys eventually. So
Aw.
she came to the school, my lip was bleeding, and she was like, "Oh, sweet boy, oh, why would you let something like this happen on your birthday?" I forgot what exactly she said, but when she said sweet boy and I put my head on her chest, I stopped listening. And
Um.
she and the teachers organized for that, brought my mom's cakes with some jellos on top of it. My mom actually made the cake herself, put some
Aw.
gelatin on it, and they got this number 4, put it in the front. So my classmates were coming through, they were happy for me. It's a memory I have never been able to get rid of. I've had other experiences, but this one stood out to me when you just asked. So I don't know, man. It's sentimental as fuck. It is it is one of those memories that keeps me going most of the time. But yeah, I can share that. I'm not a
Aw.
sensitive guy or anything. So
No, but like there's
stop
always
stop with the
something.
I'm a hard
No,
guy.
let me off because this is really like the cutest thing.
You
Because
should give him the silence treatment like I'm doing. I'm just listening.
And
no,
now
it's
you
just
gangster as fuck, man. How would you listen?
I have to give a reaction because man, like a mother's love for something like that, especially on a special day, like
Yeah,
you'd be really lucky to be able to have that kind of feeling. And
I
the
appreciate my
reason
mom.
why, right, right, your mom is there for you, and it's just, I'm sorry. I'm a Pisces, we're emotional people, so it gets to me
Mhm.
really easily.
I'm Aquarius and we're
Mm.
dead inside. It's okay. It is well.
I'm a
Yes.
Gemini. I don't know what we used to do.
Me too. I actually don't know, man. I just go along with the horoscope thing.
Mm. Maybe
I'm
no
just,
sense.
I'm just saying. We're very emotional people, but like back on track. Hearing a story like this, like a memorable event for somebody, it just kind of lets you like get to know the person a little bit more. Oh, okay. So this is what
Yeah,
means the most to them.
yeah. It can be one of those things. I'm
Oh,
actually
did
Yeah.
looking
you
for the
say,
fact
oh,
if we should
yeah,
stop
Oh,
this.
throughout
If we should
what
stop this
happened?
thing we are doing. Ah,
No.
the
You
on?
know, throughout
no,
this
my
podcast, like I heard so many like Nigerian type of expressions, like
oh,
or
I say
that,
a
yeah.
lot,
You don't
though.
say it in front of me or like everybody else, so.
Oh, because I don't know. I just don't feel the need. I mean, you're speaking English to me. Why should I be? It's like
No, no, no,
doing
no, no.
it.
I mean, like
sorry,
just hearing these Nigerian expressions. It's just I feel more cultured, being surrounded
involved.
by hearing, yeah,
Oh,
involved by like listening or like hearing
maybe
these
maybe next
authentic
time,
stuff.
maybe next time we feature Atlanta, we can add in a little clip of us doing our native dance for you.
Oh my God, guy, that's so racist.
I didn't mean to put it that way
put
though.
Instead talking drum. Sha. So next time, let us do a native dance for Mel. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna make empty promises because I don't plan to fulfill this. But yeah.
I was about to say, are you going to do like a TikTok video of like
Yeah,
you on one
I
side
do
and then
remember
Atlanta on one side? You guys are doing your native dance.
I do remember the entire dance routine I did in high school for rain dance.
Did it rain?
Yeah, I did actually. It
Oh,
was weird. I performed it. I led the performance in front during the school graduation for the seniors, and my group did a cultural dance for the intermission. And then after the graduation, like when everyone was going home, it started raining heavily. I was just like, "Are you serious?" Wow.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, Atlanta, to confirm, is it because she's Edo?
that's what I was about to say.
Both of you suck, man. Both of you suck.
See, I catch on really quickly.
I like this. I like this a lot.
You just like stuff that both of you can use to attack me with. That's why.
But let's be real here. It didn't go well.
Um,
Mm.
So that was our conversation with my friend Atlanta, talking about his experiences living in Nigeria and also us sharing our stories of us living in Philippines, along with Mel, her growing up and her experiences living in America. So once again, I'm your host, G,
And
and
I'm Mel.
thanks for listening. See you in the next
Bye.
episode. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Laters.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to stay tuned for our upcoming episodes on this podcast, Being You by Mel G. I'm your host, G, signing off.